Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Keep You Modern Janky. This is our 5th practice match with Gruul Hydra Tribal. The deck has been super fun and super sweet and super powerful. I love it. It's so fun. It's similar to our, I keep saying it's similar to our Gruul Dragons deck, and then I explain all the differences. It's similar in so much that it is Gruul and is playing Domri and Arcabolas and Kiora Behemoth Beckoner. Where we have changed things, though, is we are now also playing Hardened Scales and the Ozolith. We're gonna run them. We're gonna keep it. We have some interaction. We need to draw a land to get going, but then we're good to go for a while, hopefully. So we're gonna keep. I think, yeah, we're on the draw. We have an answer for some turn 1 nonsense, such as Ragavan. All right, Preordain. Cabinet Souls might be good in this matchup too, as is Domri, if they are going to be playing counter magic. Fetch land would be nice. Oh, or the Ozolith. So we could run out this Hardened Scales or the Ozolith. Ozolith feels unbeatable. Do we want to take a hit from Domri, though? Or, sorry, a hit from... I'm just looking at the Domri. Do we want to take a hit from Ragavan? Do we want to risk it? Yeah, we'll risk it. I mean, the Ozolith is so good, as we saw in the last match. We finally got one out, and it just almost single-handedly wins the game once you start getting Hydras on the board, because they no matter what, the counters... I mean, obviously there are plenty of ways you can stop the counters from getting put back on a creature that we cast, but it sort of like creates this inevitability. Alright, Ragavan with some magic, or mana up. They did not dash it in, which makes me wonder. Alright, well, so much for we're going to draw lands. And we can't even go Hardened Scales Lightning Bolt, can we? So we named Hydra. So here's the risk. Okay, we Lightning Bolt, they have some sort of answer. And then they hit us. Or we wait for their turn, they go to attack, and we cast Lightning Bolt and they hit us. Or they counterspell it and hit us anyway. So we're going to go ahead and bolt this, and hopefully this mana that they're representing isn't some sort of counterspell. It looks like it might be, though. I mean, they're projecting it, otherwise you would have... yeah, exactly. So that's whatever. We're okay with that. We could have done Stomp instead, just to be more mana efficient. It might have been the smarter play. They were projecting that as their play, otherwise they would have dashed in Ragavan. So we kind of saw that coming. I'm not sure the right way to go around, to play around it. Do we just take the hit and play Hardened Scales and they cast the Spell Pierce? Clearly this Ragavan is very important to them. So we'd still love to draw a land. See what they take from us. Shivan Devastator. Welcome to the world of Hydras, sir. And now they get to play a 3/3 Shivan Devastator. Oh, we're going to lose to our own Hydras. The only thing that can beat Hydras is Hydras. They're just going to hold up counter magic. Oh, you know you want to play it. Look at that thing. Just look at it. Read it. You know you want to play it. What better card could you have gotten off of a Ragavan hit? Yep. So now they're holding up mana for another Spell Pierce, which is unfortunate for us. And man, we're just drawing some of the lands we don't want to see. Alright, well, what are we going to do here? Stomp looks like it's about to get countered. Otherwise, again, they would have played... It is a 3/3. If we run out Domri, it's just going to die to attacks. If we run out Stomp... Alright, so I mean, this time I think I will cast Stomp on their turn, because at least that way they have to, I guess, spend that treasure on their turn, as opposed to our turn. I just don't know. Counterspell might be what they have here. Gonna swing in with everybody, of course. We will attempt to stomp the Ragavan. Imagine there will be more counter magic backing it up. Nope. Alright, so deck, we would like to draw a green source. That would be our ideal. Alright, well, I guess they were representing the same play, and was, I don't know, hoping we would go for it. Hey, it's a green source. The thing about Cavern of Souls is this: they're representing subtlety right now. So that's not good for us. We're going to get a forest. And play a Pelucranos. Do they have the subtlety? Do they have something? Alright, well, they have one of our Hydras. And that's not fun for us. So far, I'm not sure if this is just Temur Murktide, or if it's some Temur Shenanigans deck just running Ragavan and counters magic. Seek the Beast. It's a good card. Looking for answers. We don't have any counters on our Pelucranos. Right now we're just putting it down as a blocker. Gotta land off the Seek the Beast. And we're going to be okay trading if it means taking out that and a Lightning Bolt to get rid of this Pelucranos. We would still like to draw lands. Unholy Heat, the bane of my existence. This Devastator, we're going to lose our own Hydra. Like I said, the only thing that can beat the Hydras is the Hydras themselves. Alright, holding up that counter magic. Land would be good. Tarmogoyf. Alright, that's a big baddie. 4/5. It's a fast clock. We still have mana for counter magic as well. So we did draw the land. So we can run out Hardened Scales into Shivan Devastator and it will be the same result. See if this draws out a counter spell. You know what would be really good right now is Goldvein Hydra. X equals 4, which is not a lot. And we're losing the race. Kind of in a big way at this point. Those hits from Ragavan and our own Shivan Devastator got our life total low. We kind of stumbled on mana. They've had answers for our threats. So next turn, maybe if the Shivan Devastator doesn't die, we go Domri into Bone Crusher. Attack for 4, try to win the race that way. It's close. I mean, they're gonna, I feel like their draws are probably, I mean, they have more efficient, they have 4 cards in hand for 1, and they're going to be playing a lot more 1 and 2 mana spells to first grow this beast and also answer what we're doing. Okay, well, Expressive Iteration, we never like to see that, but right now that means this thing isn't dying yet. They don't have the Unholy Heat in hand, they're just digging for it. Goldvein Dragon would be really good for us, obviously because of the Vigilance. It would allow us to continue pressuring our opponent while holding back a blocker. I think we can probably just F6 through this. Did they find an answer? So if we end up, if they kill our Shivan Devastator, we get 4 counters on the Ozolith. And they're going to dash in the Ragavan. And go, maybe they have a Lightning Bolt in hand. They're at 8. Man, we almost want them. So anything off the top and we win. Anything flying off the top and we win, which we only have 2 more Shivan Devastators, so maybe. And the Lightning Bolt. Okay, fair enough. Yep, that's what I thought was coming. And we were not. There's the Goldvein Hydra. Alright, so On the play, that time we're on the draw, we saw the difference between play draw pretty seriously. We could bring in endurances to help nerf the graveyard, give us another blocker. Veil of Summers to help punch through counter or get through counter magic, but I'm not so sure that's where I want to be at right now. But yeah, that game got behind. They stole our Shivan Devastator. We're able to put enough pressure on us. So yeah, I mean, that was a competitive game that we were just always a little bit behind. When we saw the power, we stumbled on mana. And we had some inefficient plays there. We probably should have stomped instead of lightning bolted that one turn. It may not have made a big difference in all honesty, but in hindsight, it's still better to play optimally. We are in a position though, with if that had been somewhat different of a draw. Okay, so we're down a game. We bring in 3 endurances just as a way to nerf their graveyard, assuming this is Murktide and our to turn off Unholy Heats. Take out Hardened Scales and the Ozolith. Everything else seems pretty good. Just take out another Hardened Scales and run it like that. Alright. This is good. We're playing a couple better, well, closer to the top tier decks to finish up our practice matches. See if we can't close out with the big 5-0. Alright, well, we have Cavern. We have a Bolt. We have a lot of land. So this isn't our ideal start, but Goldvein Hydra is one of our better cards. Replaces itself. They're mulliganing. We have a Lightning Bolt for their first Ragavan. Cavern to protect against counter magic. So yeah, I mean, we just need to draw well. It'd be great to draw into a Kiora or a Domri. Do they force? No, they do not. Green for Plukranos. So we kind of just want to see them play a Ragavan, us draw a Kiora or a Domri. I just posted my Modern Horizons 3 wish list. First card, I call it Leilana Ties. Stops these Mishra Bobble nonsense. Let's see what we're drawing. What are we drawing, opponent? It's another Lightning Bolt. Well, I'll be honest, it never hurts to have Lightning Bolts in a matchup like this. Lightning Bolt is such a powerful card. Who knew that one mana, 3 damage to any target would be so powerful? Let's see what they're up. We might just go for a basic mountain here to preserve our life total since we have the 3rd green in our hand plus the Cavern for Hydras if we do draw a Plukranos. Dashing in the Ragavan. Do they have a force? Oh, it's not their. It's on their turn, so no, they do not have a force negation. They know about the bolt, so they know things are about to happen. So they must have. I imagine they got to get through this bolt somehow. So they either have another Ragavan or something else. I mean, they knew it was coming, but they also know they have to get it out of our hand before they can stick something else. So they might as well go ahead and make that happen. And so many bobbles, so many redraws. What would we like? Kiora, Domri, Endurance even, but just no more lands at this point. Hardened Scales. Alright. I guess that's acceptable. So if we do Hardened Scales this turn, then our Hydra is going to be a 1, 2, 3, a 4, 4. They have land artifact. 4, 4 is not exactly where we want to be at. I think what we want to do is go not shock. Hardened Scales. Next turn, Cavern for Goldvein Hydra. And then hit for a lot. And hope for dodge a subtlety. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'd be a 5, 5. Digging for lands and or other things. Now they have Unholy Heat turned on. So honestly, the Ozolith would be a great draw for us, assuming they are Endurance even, but we don't have the second green card to cast it for free. So now they have Unholy Heat turned on. We're drawing more lands. So how do we get it out of range of Unholy Heat? Well, we can play a Cavern, so they'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 5. Next turn is 6, 6. I mean, I think we just have to go for it here, and if they have the Unholy Heat, we're going to be sad because we really don't have any other action. But at least we get some treasure tokens out of it, which turns on our next Hydra, X-Hydra, into something very large. They may also have a Murktide. Vigilance, Trample, Haste. And looks like the Unholy Heat is coming our way. Yep. Haven't seen that one. I mean, we have managed to dodge Unholy Heats through most of our practice matches, and I hate that card so much, as you know. But we did get 5 treasure tokens. We would love to see like a Shivan Devastator next. And see if they go dash and alright, that's digging and digging. So Shivan Devastator would be massive. Be a very fast clock. But really any Hydra, any X-Hydra would be acceptable. Opponent just scooped up the match. That's really disappointing. I mean, they got game 1. It was very... They were ahead of us the entire game, but you could see the power level of our deck. Game 2, we were off to a nice start. Didn't even get to see what we were going to draw next. But we were out of action. They killed our Goldvein. We had so many treasure tokens from it. Any sort of X-Hydra would have been massive pressure, and they just scooped. Maybe they have to go. Maybe it's lunchtime. Who knows? A little frustrating, because in the free zone I do post that I'm testing a brew. I don't say that I'm recording. Maybe I should. But either way, it would have been nice to finish that match to see how competitive we are against that kind of Temur Murktide, but we'll run back another practice match. Anyway, definitely fun, back and forth, lots of ins and outs. There's some serious game to this deck, and even against some of the best decks, Unholy Heat, the bane of my existence, even against an Unholy Heat deck with counter magic, we have the tools to defeat it. Alright, so I'll post this one and then I'll try another practice match. We won't count that one towards our record of 4-0. We're 4-0 and what? 1 maybe? Anyway, thanks for watching. For CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one. This has been another edition of Keeping Modern Janky with Johnny Cycles. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my website, CyclesGaming.com, for original Magic the Gathering content. You can read about my Commander decks or my Janky Modern brews. My latest article is about the Zombie Precon and its effect on Commander. I give you a couple different deck lists. If you're interested in a science fiction / fantasy novel, be sure to check out my book, The Podkind. I'm publishing it serially, a couple chapters every month. Again, thanks for watching. Check me out on YouTube, Johnny Cycles. Click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.